عظيم عظيم رمضان كريم 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 شهر عظيم 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 قم للعبادة تلقى السعادة قم للعبادة تلقى السعادة تلقى السعادة تلقى النعيم. رمضان زمان البركات رمضان زمان الحسنات رمضان زمان البركات رمضان زمان الحسنات رمضان مجال الصلوات طوبى للنفس بتقواها. رمضان كريم 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 شهر عظيم 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 رمضان كريم 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 شهر عظيم 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 قم للعبادة تلقى السعادة قم للعبادة تلقى السعادة تلقى السعادة تلقى النعيم.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الكريم. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome once again to Islam the Natural Way, a special series of Ramadan TV programs prepared and produced by the Guyana Islamic Trust. With us this morning is Sheikh Noorani Hamid, who will speak to us on strengthening the ties of kinship. Let's listen to a recitation by Brother Rafiuddin Shakur, a student of the JII.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإن طائفتان من المؤمنين اقتتلوا فأصلحوا بينهما فإن بغت إحداهما على الأخرى فقاتلوا التي تبغي حتى تفيء إلى أمر الله فإن فاءت فأصلحوا بينهما بالعدل وأقسطوا إن الله يحب المقسطين إنما المؤمنون إخوة فأصلحوا بين أخويكم واتقوا الله لعلكم ترحمون.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي اختص شهر رمضان بفضيلة الصيام والعجزل فيه الفضائل والخيرات والإنعام وشرف أوقاته وميزها عن سائر الأيام والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام أفضل من صلى وصام. مشاهدون الكرام مستمعين الكرام أوصيكم بتقوى الله فإن خير زاد التقوى. Believing brothers and sisters, what a pleasant morning. We are happy again to welcome Ramadan this season as the entire Ummah celebrates this great ni'mah from Allah, fasting the month of Ramadan, the month that we as family, we as the Ummah, we celebrate this great occasion to seek taqwa from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We try to nurture and live our taqwa, we try to cultivate our taqwa more so in this great month that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with. My topic this morning, walillah alhamd, is about a family. Silatul Rahim, as we say. And Rahim is the close ties which we have with our families. Not only our parents, our siblings, but our ulul arham, those people that we have great connection with. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in the Quran al-Kareem, ulul arham ba'dhum awla bi ba'din fil kitabillah, and blood relations and blood relations is among each other, that we have closer personal ties in the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yes, our ties with our families, my dear brothers and sisters, is very, very important. And so much so, Islam emphasizes that we keep a close ties with our family, because part and parcel of relationship with our family is our dua not being accepted when we break ties with our family. And definitely we can see in this month, especially in this month, we have connection with our families when we send and share our happiness, or iftar, or salams, or we invite our families over, we dine with them in time of suhoor, we go and join to the masjid, and we meet, we even exchange our food with our dear families. And our families, they're the most important, because Prophet Muhammad he said in this famous hadith, he said, Ana Rahman. Naam. Ana Rahman wa hadhi rahim. Shaqattu laha isman min ismi. Man wasalaha wasaltuhu. Naam. He said, I am the merciful. As for the womb, the rahim, I have derived its name from one of my names. So whosoever keeps it, I shall keep ties with him. And we can definitely see this is a remarkable statement from Allah's Messenger. So we keep this connection because the sila, the rahim within our womb is so important that if we cut off the ties with them, then definitely Allah cut off his tie with us. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us try to seek this great opportunity, because our families, the ties with our family, our sisters, our brothers, this season of built a great bondage between the family, parents, even our extensive relatives. Reforming the family is the way to seek security. Now, peace, security and peace in our community and the nation of this ummah. That is a natural structure for this present and future world. That we build our family ties, living in unity breeds solidarity. Now, living together as believing brothers and sisters, as human beings, living in unity breeds solidarity, and the souls become connected and the hearts meet. In such strong bondage, relationship, in an environment when kinship is maintained, noble characteristics grow, and generation are established. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned even the next narration through the life of Prophet when he said, and this narration is a very beautiful narration which I was surprised when I did my research, and he said, and Abdurrahman ibn Auf قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول, he said, أحب الأعمال إلى الله إيمان بالله ثم صلة الرحم. Now, the most loved action by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is iman billah, to believe and have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then he said, immediately after he said, and silat rahim, to have a close relationship with the rahim, that is the family ties, next of kin and kin, kith and kin. And we tread this path this month, that we try our utmost, my dear brothers and sisters, that we should turn our attention, especially when we need his support and help. The first we turn to is our family. Because those are the ones who they are the ones who know our connection, the ties that we continue to have. And the things that destroy the connection with family is our tongue. The things we say with our tongue. وَمَا يَضْمَنْ لِي مَا بَيْنَ لَحْيَيْهِ وَرِجْلَيْهِ أَبْنُهُ الْجَنَّةِ. Whosoever guarantees what is in his jaws and his legs, I will guarantee him paradise. So the things we say and we say with our tongue can destroy our family connection, my dear brothers, sisters. This morning, let us pay heed and attention that we preserve our characteristic and focus our attention in this great month of Ramadan. Let us take lessons and have mercy upon our souls and our limbs, especially our tongue. Things we say and we talk and destroy the life we live with our families, our friends, our neighbors. All of them. We live for so many years, and one mistake we made with the tongue can destroy that great connection, the ties of the womb. Now, secondly, important is when we inherit it from our parents and we share the wealth according to Islam as ordained in the Farad of Islam, then our life will run smooth. We just have to get the right portion of the wealth, and definitely we'll have a life of peace and harmony. But when we covet and we inherit and take advantage from our wealth, then definitely we can see we cheated from our own family, and that also destroys the connection with the womb. We always try to forgive and make dua for our brothers and sisters. Overlook the shortcomings. Forgive and forget, my dear brothers and sisters. Because those are the most important connection we have in this life. Our families, the ties of the womb. Not to be injustice with them. Always give them a call and ask them how their health, what is bothering them. No matter if you're in America or Canada, you continue to build that bridge of connection and peace, a love-sharing attachment that builds peace with the family. Don't have pride. Pride destroys our good deeds. If prevention from into paradise, an atom weight of kibr can destroy. Don't boast and covet and think you're better because perhaps Allah bless you with wealth more than your own brother and sister. No, my dear brothers and sisters. Pride destroys our heart and our connection. Next thing in line with relationship is when our families, somebody need help and assistance, we turn to them or they turn to us, and we need to share a moment to think, and we know sometimes what the family structure, what they're going through in life. Sometimes they come to ask you for that help. Financially, they need some help. How do you treat those aspects when your family dying need their help and they come to you and you help them? And this bring my attention of a great hadith, a story of Abdullah bin Muti, when his daughter said to her husband, Talha bin Abdurrahman, she said, who was the most generous at his time of the Quraysh. Yes, this great companion, a generous companion. And his daughter was telling him, he said, O Talha, I did not see anyone more evil than your own brothers. You see? Than your own brothers. He said, why are you saying this? She said, when your wealth becomes more and your money increases, yes, they start visiting you. They start visiting you. But when your wealth decreases and you go through hardship, they leave you. And he said, what he said? He said, that is my generosity to them. When I have, they come to me. When I don't have, they stay away from me. At a time of strength, they come and I offer them whatever I can offer them. But the time when I have nothing, they stay away. Look at the excuse to give his own daughter about his own family. Just protect the connection with his family, my dear brothers and sisters. He say a good word to his daughter. When I have, they come and I give. When they don't have, they don't come. And that is one of the things you must remember too, how we treat our relatives. Don't have an evil thought of them. Always think how this great Deen al-Islam protects us to maintain ties with our families. When on a time of weakness, and I cannot afford, they stay away from me. But we find, see too, relatives, they come and they borrow money and they delay the payment. Try not to do that. If you borrow money from your family, then have enough time and make a deal with them saying, I'm going to pay you back within 3 months, 4 months, depends. If you delay payment, it breaks the family ties. Prophet said, Matul ghani dhulm. Yes. Prolong your payment with your family. Those you borrow money from, you make fine excuses, but it is oppression. You break your ties with your relationship with your family. So my dear brothers and sisters, continue to build a relationship even after your family have passed away. Yes. Rasul said, he said, when a family passed away, build connection with your relative to that person who passed away. Continue to build a ties with them. Build ties with those who passed away in this world, their families, which can continue to build that great connection. Because one of the things we find here today is we become very selfish, especially in this era we're living with. Our children, our own homes. Sometimes everybody's so busy. And what makes us busy? Our phones, our cell phone. All of us in the home, we don't talk to each other. I recall once I went to visit somebody. When I went there, the mother wanted to talk to the daughter. The daughter's upstairs. The mother had to call the daughter on her phone. They become selfish. Don't allow these things to happen in your homes. Our home is where we share and we hide our faults and we build good tarbiyah, Islamic training. Because our homes is where we build a connection with our families. So when we have our phone and we're distracted, we find we have a breakdown in communication in our homes. We lost a good connection. Even parents and the children, the first escape we find today in parents, when a child starts to cry, we give the child a laptop to play with. Give him a phone with some nice little children poems and rhymes, and they follow it. And sometimes the child will stop crying immediately. You have a big growing connection. And Islam, we must communicate with our families. This is very essential in this time that you're living, especially now. We lost the great value of connection with our children, our families. Today we find someone in the family visit you to do, what they do? The first thing they ask when you come to home, what is your password? Yes. And they ask the password, and they use the phone, and they sat down, and that is it. Hours and hours. And they're ready to leave, okay, assalamu alaikum. No attachment, no communication with relatives. One brother said he spent whole day with his mother. Whole day with his mother. What, he went to the mother house, yes, and he sat down with his mother. But he was on his phone. And he said, whole day with his mother. But no, my dear brothers and sisters, we have to ensure our communication. When we sit to spend time with our relatives, we give them good advice. We see if they need any help. A smiling face. You touch them, you hold them, you hug them. That is the kind of characteristic, especially when they're feeble and they're weak. You visit them at times of their need. When they're sick, especially, we visit our relatives. Don't think that, okay, it's okay, talk to them and say everything is okay. No, always visit. Part and parcel of a Muslim that they visit each other. A most important point as well is when you have a breakdown with the family. Don't allow your children to inherit the same mistake you made with your own siblings. Because if you stop talking to your brother or your parents, your children will learn that from you. Oh, my father doesn't talk to his own brother or his parents, so will stick to this. No. Go and seek forgiveness and forgive and forget. Instill good values with our families and our children. That if you see them, make sure when you see my brother, my parents, or my cousin, give salam to them. Let them know that we are family, we are relatives, my dear brothers and sisters. This is how we live in harmony and peace. So we build a connection with the Silatul Rahim. Now, so part and parcel of being a Muslim is that we try our utmost that to have a family tie. A Muslim cannot live and separate himself. This is not the teaching of Islam. From the rights of our family and relatives is that we always make full attention to establish a way that we can have peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. Be merciful to the young. Be merciful to our parents, our neighbors, our friends. Yes, my dear brothers and sisters. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen our bondage with our family ties, forgive and forget, and continue to live in peace and harmony. Exchange gifts. Always remember that our families, those are the ones who will remember us in this life too. They always raise their hands and make dua for us, especially our children, our parents. We ourselves will think about good days, and even sometimes we have pictures and recall events that we spend times. Perhaps you have a message in your phone and so forth, and it brings you back to attention that those times that we spend perhaps in Hajj or i'tikaf or the masjid, we build a bondage of love. That is the way we keep our contact with our families. And we inquire too. If you don't see your family a few days, you must make inquiries about your family. Visit them, exchange gifts, and make time out that you continue in your dua. Because part and parcel of ties is for us to keep close contact. And for us to nurture our development with our ties is it must come part from our hearts. Our hearts is where we have tranquility and peace. And our heart build a bondage of love too. This is the month that we think about our families, my dear brothers and sisters. My dear viewers, listeners, let us continue to pray that being an obedient servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let us raise our hands in supplication that we unite together Yawm al-Qiyamah with our families in paradise, inshaAllah. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of us and forgive us, strengthen our ummah with love, peace and harmony, and build ties of relationship for the rest of the world too. Our example can build a better nation for the entire world. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
The Administrative Council of the GIT expresses its profound appreciation for your most generous support to our efforts in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your contributions have indeed made tremendous impact towards our activities during the past year. Indeed, your du'as, financial and moral support remain critical to the success of this effort. Help us to improve lives and restore hope. Let's make a difference in the lives of the less privileged. To donate, please contact or visit us at the GIT Secretariat, Lot 321 East Street, Georgetown, or call us on 227-0115 or 225-5934. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your efforts and grant you and your family success in this world and the hereafter. May He put tremendous blessings in your endeavors. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruk wa atubu ilaik. Until tomorrow, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So as you've got the angel's reins on your head, and we talked about this idea that Allah increases a person in honor with their humility. Your greatest test of humility and honor is going to come when you meet someone who has absolutely none of those things, right? And so you encounter people of no character. As Imam al-Ghazali rahimahullah ta'ala said, the greatest test of husn al-khuluq, of good character, is how a person deals with someone with su' al-khuluq, with bad character, right? That's where the flaws of the tongue come out. That's where the flaws of character, the flaws of the heart, arrogance, pride, so many of those things manifest in how you're going to deal with someone. You get to work, you meet someone that's being a jerk to you, or you're on social media and you see someone that's saying certain things to you. Think about this incident that took place with the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. The Prophet ﷺ was sitting with Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, and a man started to insult the Prophet ﷺ and insult Abu Bakr. Now, the Prophet ﷺ was doing what he always did, which was responding with patience. The Prophet ﷺ did not entertain the insults in any way whatsoever, and he definitely did not respond in like manner. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, who loved the Prophet ﷺ more than he loved himself, is witnessing those insults, and finally he can't hold himself and he responds. As soon as he responds, the Prophet ﷺ gets up and he leaves. Now Abu Bakr, seeing the Prophet ﷺ get up and leave, is afraid that he may have offended the Prophet ﷺ, or that the Prophet was upset with him. So the Prophet ﷺ is sitting and Abu Bakr comes to him and he says, "O Messenger of Allah, are you upset with me? Is it something that I did?" And the Prophet ﷺ said that when we were sitting there, before we were responding to those insults, Allah had sent an angel from the heavens, and that angel was responding to everything that was being said to us. And then as soon as you started to respond, the angel left and a devil came and sat in its place. A shaitan came and sat in its place, and the Prophet ﷺ said, "I did not want to sit in the presence of that shaitan." SubhanAllah, think about that. An angel, a specific angel, was sent down to respond. And then as soon as you respond on your part, the angel leaves and a shaitan comes and basically eggs you on. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said that strength is not in how you overcome another person. Strength is actually in how you overcome yourself. الَّذِي يَمْلِكُ نَفْسَهُ عِنْدَ الْغَضَبِ. Very powerful usage of language. The one who owns himself, still controls themselves in times of anger, in times of rage, right? They're still in the driver's seat, because ultimately what usually happens is that whether someone is speaking to you in a certain way in person or online now, since most of our interactions are on social media, right? Wherever that is, you tend to respond out of the sense of pride. And in the process of that, you let the devil into the driver's seat and you take the passenger seat. And that's why you would say things in fits of rage that you otherwise would never say. And so controlling yourself by yielding to the angel to respond on your behalf is what the Prophet ﷺ is teaching us with this. And when you do that, Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah, he said something very powerful. He said that not only do you cause the shaitan to miss you with his arrows, but you also cause him to waste arrows. So you're making the shaitan despair in you, in being able to get you out of your element, so that you start to respond to someone with bad character as well. And again, connected to the previous hadith, the angel raises your reins, raises your sight in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, raises your station in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wahb ibn Munabbih rahimahullah ta'ala, a man came to him and he said, "So-and-so said this about you." Wahb ibn Munabbih said, "Did shaitan not find a postman, a mailman other than you? Stop acting like the shaitan's mailman. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm in my element. The angels will take care, because I said, Bismillah, tawakkaltu ala Allah, wa la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I put my trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was told that I would be defended. Fasayakfikahumullah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will surely suffice you through those angels that He has sent. I don't feel the need to denigrate myself by responding in like manner. So I remain dignified in the sight of insult, and in the process, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala honors me bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to honor us all.
رمضان صيام ودعاء، رمضان أمان وصفاء، رمضان صيام ودعاء، رمضان أمان وصفاء، رمضان سلوك وعطاء، أهلا بقدومك يا رمضان. رمضان كريم كريم كريم، شهر عظيم عظيم عظيم. رمضان كريم كريم كريم، شهر عظيم عظيم عظيم. قم للعبادة تلقى السعادة، قم للعبادة تلقى السعادة، تلقى السعادة تلقى